And the logic, I guess, states that the universal constant is change. Every object that resides within the universe has to abide by these rules. Since we, humanity, reside within the universe on this little thing called Earth, that means we have to abide by these rules as well. So, any object in the universe that wants to stay in the universe for any extended period of time, which is what we were generally trying to do, has to do something called restabilize. That means that it can reach a point of change very rapidly. I guess it accelerates into change, and then has to either stabilize or destabilize. And most of the things in the universe that don't have consciousness just go the way of destabilization. The ones with consciousness can actually affect change and stabilize. But once they reach the stabilization period, they will find themselves then again in an accelerated period of change, and then they need to stabilize once again. This is a process that is ongoing and everlasting in this thing called the universe. Why? Because once again, the universal constant, the one thing that's always going to be there, is change. So you have to reach a stabilization period where you have sort of mastered the changes that are in your immediate environment, and then you can move on to a period of, I guess, prosperity. You can't be blinded by this prosperity because you've mastered your environment, because within this prosperity is change, and it's going to be, I guess, harder to perceive when everything is all good. It's like the frog sitting in the pot of boiling water. It's all good because it's water and it's, at the right temperature when you first get in there, and everything is cool. But if you slowly increase the temperature, the frog will convince himself that he's comfortable until he dies. He won't move, he won't jump out of the pot, he will stay right there and die. I don't suggest you try it, but it's somewhat proven. If you guys look at what's going on out there, you can't sort of deny the fact that we're in a period of accelerated change. That's apparent. The problem that I see is the stabilization period. In order to stabilize, we need something called communication, and that's not happening. There's a lot of barriers, both emotional, political, whatever you want to call it, that prevents people from communicating, because there is evil in the world, and it can be easily identified. However, people need to get over themselves and realize that the enemy is not standing right next to you most of the time. You need to figure out that the people that are in your immediate environment probably are working with the same stuff you are, and unless you are the owner, and I mean the owner that owns shipping, handling, receiving, all that stuff, then you're not rich. And all we have at this point is rich and poor. You may be at the top, you may be the richest poor man, but what is that? That's like second place. And I guess some people are happy with second, and that's, I guess, part of the problem, because until we realize that how great the distance is between first and the rest of the numbers, then there's nobody's gonna move, and we're gonna sit in this pot until it boils and we all die.
It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare.
Dark Wonder Designs.